Conflict and Courage by Ellen G. White.
Confused and scattered, February 6. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence, upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Genesis 11:8. The dwellers on the plain of Shinar established their kingdom, for self-exaltation, not for the glory of God. Had they succeeded, a mighty power would have borne sway, banishing righteousness and inaugurating a new religion. The world would have been demoralized. But God never leaves the world without witnesses for him. At this time there were men who humbled themselves before God and cried unto him. O God, they pleaded, interpose between thy cause and the plans and methods of men. When the tower had been partially completed, a portion of it was occupied as a dwelling place for the builders. Other apartments, splendidly furnished and adorned, were devoted to their idols. Suddenly, a work that had been advancing so prosperously was checked. Angels were sent to bring to naught the purpose of the builders. The tower had reached a lofty height, and it was impossible for the workmen at the top to communicate directly with those at the base. Therefore men were stationed at different points, each to receive and report to the one next below him the orders for needed material or other directions concerning the work. As messages were thus passing from one to another, the language was confounded, so that material was called for which was not needed, and the directions delivered were often the reverse of those that had been given. Confusion and dismay followed. All work came to a standstill. Up to this time all men had spoken the same language. Now those that could understand one another's speech united in companies. Some went one way, and some another. The Lord scattered them abroad from thence, upon the face of all the earth. This dispersion was the means of peopling the earth, and thus the Lord's purpose was accomplished, through the very means that men had employed to prevent its fulfillment. In our day the Lord desires that his people shall be dispersed throughout the earth. They are not to colonize. Jesus said, "Go ye into all the world, and preach the gospel to every creature."